Hi friends! We are on part 4 of my declutter series. Today we're on the eye drawer, which is this second drawer right here. This is what the drawer looks like. Basically what I have going on here, over here in this little blue tub is all my pigments. Out front here is all my cream shadows and bases. The middle right here is my mascaras. This big container underneath has random eyeshadow palettes and singles. And this big container back here has a lot of palettes in it. And as you can see, everything is crammed in there. I can't see what I have, therefore I don't use what I have. So, the first thing we're going to do is empty out the drawer. Okay, here's all my eye stuff laid out on the bed. The first thing that I'm going to do is take everything out. The containers that I've used here are pretty cheap containers. This little office organizer was from Target. These little bins that I always have for most of my makeup are from Walmart. This little container right here that I have my mascaras in, this is from Target in the front section that they have there. And this box that I have, you can't even see, this box that I have right here was a lid to something. I don't remember what it was, but I'm going to go ahead and take everything out of these boxes now. Okay, so I've gone through all of my eyeshadow singles. These are all just the single shadows, and when I say singles, I mean all eyeshadows that have only one color in them. So I'm keeping all of these right here, and some of these are, you know, a similar color, but it's products that I absolutely love. This is one that I'm on the fence about, the Shady Lady by The Balm, and this is in the color Shameless Shanna, which is basically like this really pretty bronze color. I don't use it very often, so I'm going to hang on to it for now and decide what I want to do. But these are the ones that I have decided to get rid of. So I'll show you what they are. I'm getting rid of this little hard candy eyeshadow single, basically because I'm allergic to this brand. I'm getting rid of this Essence eyeshadow. It's not very pigmented and the color is kind of a little out there for me. I'm getting rid of this little tiny Sally Girl single. It's in this bright pink color and it's very similar to the Prestige color I have right here, which I like better. So I'm going to toss that. I'm getting rid of this other Prestige in Golden Retriever. It's very similar to this Milani color, which I like better. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm getting rid of this LA Colors Mineral eyeshadow. Basically because I'm allergic to this brand also. A lot of the cheaper makeup brands I tend to be allergic to, so I can't use their products. Sorry if I'm going through this really quickly. As you can see, we have a lot of stuff to go through here. I'm getting rid of a couple of the little Wet n Wild singles. Basically all of these colors right here. The white, the gold, the blue, and the pink. A couple of these little e.l.f. single eyeshadows. This is the Studio brand. They're okay. I don't really think that they're anything particularly fantastic. Okay, sorry about that guys, my battery was dying so I had to go ahead and change that. I'm getting rid of this Milani baked eyeshadow in the color Teal the Truth. Loved it when I first bought it, but I realized that my Jordana one is actually very similar and I like the Jordana one better. So I'm getting rid of this Vivo eyeshadow, which is really sad because it's in this really like chic packaging, but it's in the color Espresso. I have no idea where I got this. I've never used it, and the color payoff is not that great. I'm getting rid of this eyeshadow in Mink. It's kind of done this weird thing. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it kind of oxidized a little bit, like on the top. Can you guys see that? I think it's showing a little bit. But yeah, it kind of went all weird on me, so getting rid of that. Getting rid of the Chic Naturals Tastefully Taupe. I have other taupe eyeshadows I like better. The Revlon Pearl, this is a pretty gold shade, but it just kind of goes on the eye weird. It doesn't really blend that well, and there's chunks of glitter in it that I don't care for. Getting rid of this Rimmel Royal Linen. This is actually very similar to the Wet n Wild in Brulee, and I love Brulee, so I'm going to get rid of this. Oops. Getting rid of this Femme Couture Mineral Effects Baked Eyeshadow. I got this for free a long time ago, and you know what? The color's not that great, and I will never use it. This e.l.f. Glitter Eyeshadow. These were kind of a hit when they first came out, but I don't really think that they're that great in the color payoff department. A couple Rimmel Glam Eyes singles. I have other colors I like better of these. I'm getting rid of this Jordana color, and see, here's another example. I love the Jordana and the teal, but in this sort of color, I wasn't really that excited about it. So, and this is a bronze color called Bronzeville. And the last single I'm getting rid of is actually an NYX one, and I feel bad about this. It's called My Favorite Color. It's like this really pretty champagne color, but it's got chunks of glitter in it, and it goes on kind of chalky, which I don't like. So these are all the singles that I'm getting rid of, and now we're going to move on to, I don't think I said this before, but I kind of set things out like I set out my singles. These have 4 colors, these have 3 colors, these have 2 colors, and then the miscellaneous ones behind. So I'm going to go through them that way, but these are the singles I'm getting rid of, so let's move on. Okay, as you can see, I don't have that many duos. I only had 9 of them. I'm keeping 6 of them and getting rid of 3 of them. The ones I'm getting rid of, this is an Avon Smooth Mineral Bronze Twist Duo, and I'm not getting rid of this because I don't like it. I'm getting rid of this because it is super old. I'm getting rid of this duo from Maybelline Eye Studio. It's in Carbon Frost. Just wasn't a fan that much of these colors. I'm thinking about what to do with this. This is the 2 Cosmetics eyeshadow duo. I just showed this in my April Ipsy bag. You know, the colors look really pretty in here, but I think I mentioned in that video also, they're not pigmented at all. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to let this go. Now we're going to move on to the trios. Okay, trios, here we come. I'm keeping all these. All of these are my Wet n Wild trios, which are amazing and I love them. A couple other ones here that I really do enjoy. The ones I'm getting rid of are here. LA Colors, I mentioned I'm allergic to their products, so I'm getting rid of that. A couple CoverGirl palettes. These are actually blush palettes, but I've never ever used them, so yeah, I'm getting rid of those. I'm getting rid of this Wet n Wild trio. This was in like a limited edition package that came out. I've just never used it, and I don't really go for the darker colors. I'm more of a neutral girl. Getting rid of this Almay. I have one that's very similar in Wet n Wild. And I'm getting rid of this, the Shimmering Sands, because it is super duper old. So I probably will repurchase this because it is absolutely beautiful, but this is just really old and I should not be wearing it on my eyes any longer. So yes, now we're going to be moving on to the other palettes. Okay, so I went ahead and went through all the rest of the eyeshadows, including palettes. I have a Z palette here. I went through and get rid of a bunch in here. And then my MAC palette that I took the center out of, I went through and get rid of a ton of stuff that was in here. So what's left in here is, you know, some e.l.f. eyeshadows and some random brands. And then of course in my Z palette, which is my absolute favorite, if I can open it, I have a bunch of Mary Kay, some Stila, some random brands, and then these are my MAC eyeshadows over here that I have depotted. So yeah, love my Z palette. It's my go-to palette. The ones I'm getting rid of this e.l.f. beauty book. Never used it, never will. The Unforgettable Moments. This was something that was at Payless, so I picked this up on clearance. Never going to use it. A couple of Eye Studio palettes that they're okay, but I'm never going to use them. A couple of e.l.f. quads. These are actually really fantastic. I'm just not really a huge fan of those. A Physicians Formula one here. I do have another one. I have the Nudes, which I think is nice, but I'm just never going to use that. LA Colors, I'm allergic to. A Sally Girl one that's similar to a Maybelline one I have, so I'm getting rid of this one. A couple of Coastal Scents quads here that I'm never going to use. This is an Avon one, and I'm actually on the fence with this one. The colors in here are pretty dark. I've never worn it, so I think I'm going to pass this on to somebody who will. This is like a little cheapy 99¢. Never going to wear it because I'm allergic to it. This I have never worn, and it still has the packaging on it, so I'm going to get rid of it. It's the Revlon Custom Eyes palette. The Jillian Dempsey for Avon. This is actually not very pigmented at all, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this on. I'm going to pass on this Too Faced Glamour To Go. You know, I'm just really not a huge fan of this, so this has got to go. The NYX Nude on Nude eyeshadow palette. As you can see, I got it on clearance for $6.49. I may have hauled it recently. I can't remember. That's what it looks like. Never taken out of the box, never used, so it's got to go. As you can see down here, these are all pots that I've taken out of my palettes. All ones I don't wear, and some of them are old. I I just need to be thrown away. And this one right here I got at the Dollar Tree. So I think that should tell you about its pigmentedness. But yeah, it sucks, so it's gotta go. Getting rid of this e.l.f. It's got 3 of these long eyeshadow palettes in there. Eyeshadows, lip glosses, and blush. Never gonna use it. And the Coastal Scents 88 Ultra Shimmer Eyeshadow Palette. I'm on the fence with this one because I am keeping my e.l.f. palette. So, you know, in the event that I want to do a look with, you know, a bright color, I will have it in this. But yeah, I've never used this. I don't think I ever will. So I think it needs to go, but I just don't know if I can part with it yet. So I think I'm going to hang on to it for now. That is it for the actual eyeshadows. Now we will do the pigments, bases, and mascaras, and we'll be back. Okay, we are finished with the eye drawer now. I've gone through these other 3 bins here. This is what I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of 6 mascaras. These 2 right here are new. There's a Pop Beauty and the Balm mascara. These 2 are brand new, so I can go ahead and get rid of those. These 4 right here are really old and they have dried out. There's an Avon Curlaceous, which I absolutely love. The Rimmel Glam Eyes, that I wasn't really that fond of. Avon 24 Karat, it was alright. And CoverGirl Lash Blast Luxe, it was okay. The pigments I'm getting rid of, this is an LA Colors one. A little sample from Coastal Scents. And then a bunch of Jessie's Girl eyeshadows that make a huge mess whenever I use them. It's not worth it. And another Coastal Scents one. Those are the pigments. And these are the cream shadows I'm getting rid of. This was never used, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this, give it to somebody else. These e.l.f. ones are all dried out. Same with these Studio product ones. Same with this Maybelline Express. This is a really old product. This is all dried out. Maybelline Eye Studio cream eyeshadows. Same with these 2 cream eyeshadows from e.l.f. This is a liquid eyeshadow from e.l.f. I don't even know if you guys can see just how dried out this is. It's so awful. I don't even know if I've ever used this, and it completely dried out. This is just from the $1 line. This is super old, a L'Oreal Aqua Proof cream eyeshadow. This I never use. I don't like it in the gold color. These 2 e.l.f. eyelid primers, I just don't like them. This is all dried out, the e.l.f. Body Shimmer. And then I'm getting rid of the Bare Minerals Prime Time and the Too Faced Candlelight Shadow Insurance. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these back in the drawer and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, this is what we're looking like now. I just sort of switched the drawer around just a tiny little bit. That box with all these shadows is now over here. And I sort of laid them out a little bit so that I could see sort of what I have before I decide. They keep falling down, which I'm sure is going to annoy me. But hopefully I will think of a better system. Next thing I have is this little basket right here with my cream eyeshadows, and I just sort of set my mascara bin on top of there because when I do my makeup I generally pull this bin out so it won't be in the way. This box back here is now here. I did not show this when I did my video, but these are just 2 pigments from Coastal Scents, a gold one and a white one. I use those for, you know, some crafts, and you can do a whole bunch of stuff with glitter like that. So I just popped that right there. And then back here is my little pigment container. So that is what drawer number 2 looks like. So we've done the nail polish down here. We've done drawer 1. Now we've done drawer 2. Then we've got 3 and 4 to go. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.